I'm Chris Hall, Program Manager at Yellow Springs Home Inc., and welcome to our brief webinar on the 2025 Carol M. Peterson Housing Fund Grant Program. Let's jump right in. First, what is the Carol M. Peterson Housing Fund? The program is a grant through the Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati to assist low to moderate income homeowners complete emergency repairs, replacements, or accessibility modifications. Yellow Springs Home Inc. is a local sponsor approved to work with the grant program. The grant, which doesn't require repayment, can cover up to around $17,000 worth of qualifying work. Next, let's discuss the criteria needed to qualify. First, the applicant must own their home and be listed as the owner on the deed. Unfortunately, this program is unavailable to renters. Second, the homeowner household must be income qualified. You can see the income restrictions listed on the slide. If you're unsure if you qualify, Home Inc. staff will work with you to determine your eligibility. Third, at least one member of the household must be 60 plus or meet the Federal Home Loan Bank's definition of special needs. The definition is meant to be inclusive. Again, if you're unsure if you qualify, please work with Home Inc. staff who can confirm your eligibility status. Additionally, the home must require health and safety repairs and/or accessibility modifications as determined by a licensed home inspector. Grant funds are ineligible to be used on landscaping, updates, or purely aesthetic improvements. Finally, homeowners must be willing to work with Home Inc. to complete the necessary paperwork and be able to identify a contractor who will provide a quote and complete the work, pending a successful application. So, you think you may be eligible. What now? First, gather a quote from a contractor on the scope of work you'd potentially like to have addressed. Next, begin gathering the documentation needed to confirm your eligibility. Income documentation and proof of age or a qualifying disability. Only one member of the household needs to meet the special needs designation, although all household income is considered for eligibility purposes. A homing staff member can help you determine what documentation you may need to provide. We are able to begin submitting grant applications at the beginning of February. Funding is allocated on a first come, first served basis, so the sooner we're able to submit your application, the better chance the project will be funded. Once you've completed the steps on your end, Home Inc. will finalize the application and submit it to our project partner. They will submit applications until all reservations have been filled and all funding has been allocated. Home Inc. is then informed on which projects have been funded, generally about a month after an application has been submitted. As a reminder, although the majority of our previous applications have been funded, the grant is highly competitive and an eligible and complete application does not guarantee funding. Let's discuss a few frequently asked questions as we begin to wrap up. First, what items may qualify for funding? We've worked with a diverse set of projects over the years we've administered the grant, including roofs, plumbing, bathroom accessibility modifications, and more. All decisions on qualifying items are made by a licensed home inspector. Homing staff does not decide which items qualify as meeting the health and safety or accessibility requirements. Second, what if the project is more expensive than the maximum grant award? The grant will provide up to about $17,000 in funding. For projects that are more expensive, the homeowner may pay the difference, and in some circumstances, Home Inc. may be able to identify additional grant funding. Another common question is about geographic location. Does the home need to be in Yellow Springs? Although we provide priority to homeowners in our service area of Yellow Springs and Miami Township, homeowners are not required to be within our primary service area to complete an application and be considered for funding. If you haven't already, please complete the short grant interest form linked on this page. Also, please feel free to email me any questions about applying. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation and found it informative. Thanks so much for your interest in our programming. For more information on our affordable home ownership and rental programs, or our community land trust in general, please visit the links on this slide. Thanks again and have a great day.